Hey Simmers, it's Sims Freeplay Design Heaven here again. We're going to do a visual walkthrough again today, but this one's going to be a little bit different. Oh, it's going to be very similar, but we're focusing on one of my first ever houses. So it's this one here. We'll go in and we'll have a look. So basically, when I started on The Sims, I was just making really small houses. They weren't too fancy, and when I did the quest for the double story, the community center quest, I decided, you know what, I really want to start building houses that I would want to live in, really luxurious houses, really big mansions, and that's where my real love for design and designing Sims houses really started off. And this was my first ever house. So this is it here. I'm sad to say it's on its last legs. I think I wanted to do this video so that I have the memory of this house, but I think I might start over and remodel it after I've done this video, because I'm running out of housing lots as well. So and I do love this house, but I think I could make it better because I did do it quite a while ago, and I think there's a few design flaws in here and that I think I can improve on. But yeah, so this is basically the idea that when I was making this house is that I wanted to make a family home. So I wanted them to have 5 kids and a mum and a dad, and again, just have it the feel like a huge family live here and lots of fun is had in this house. When I first started designing houses as well, I was obsessed with this hardwood floor. You can see in my houses now I don't really use it that often anymore, which is sort of sad. I've gone on to the lighter wood. I'm a bit more into lighter colors these days, but yeah, I did, most of my houses were with this dark floor, and that's, you can tell that my earlier designs are definitely ones that have darker floors. But let's have a run through. Let's have a look at this house. So at the front, we've obviously just got the trampoline and the soccer pitch, because there's kids. They've got a teenage daughter. They've got a preteen son. They've got 2 toddler twins. So there's a boy and a girl toddler twin, and then there is also a baby. So they have a baby in this house as well, which I'll show you when I go upstairs and I show the kids' rooms. So around the corner, there's just like a little woodworking section for the dad. So he goes out there and, he works on his woodwork and he puts on his tunes on his iPod and, works away. It's his little man corner across the way there. So as we come into the house here, we've got a long corridor, and the stairs are the first thing that you see when you walk into the house. We'll go into the master bedroom first. So this is the master bedroom. It's modeled off one of the set designs that the Sims come with. It's the player designed house, I think. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the player design house. How it has the kitchen counters as sort of like the bed heads or the dressing tables next to the bed. So that's where that idea came from. So I can't claim that one as my own. But it's very, very simple in this room. It's black. So again, I was really obsessed with like dark colors, dark wood, black in the houses and stuff like that. And I still love black, and you can see that within all of my designs. But I am kind of interested a bit more now with having a bit of a balance between light and dark in the houses, whereas back in the day I used to be really, really obsessed with it being quite dark. This is the ensuite. So the ensuite is all black, and I actually really like that. I think I need to make another ensuite that's quite dark like this again, with the black flooring and the black walls. I think that's really cool. It's very, I know I use this word a lot, but it is very striking, and I like that idea. Then there's a little walk-in wardrobe there as well. So you've just got the two little yuccas in there. With a couch and the chest of drawers, which is really cool. Then if we come out here, we've got the study. So this was my first attempt at a study. It's not the best attempt, I'd have to say, for a study. It's all similar colorings, which I like, but I think my other studies in later versions, I don't know if you guys have seen the video of the writer's mansion that has a study in there, and I really like that study. I think that's a cool study. But this again is still really nice. It's got that sort of like typical study type wallpaper, which is really cool. Then if you come out here, you can go into this area here, which is the lounge room, which again is modeled on that player designed house. So I think this must have been a player designed lot. It is actually, because it's got the fountain at the front. So that's where the initial ideas for this design came from. I like the Nintendo game as well. I wish that you could buy that, because I think it's really cool to have that Nintendo game, but it only comes with the player designed house. then if we go through here, so I've got two entryways to this room here. So there's one from the hallway, and then there's also just a little alcove out in the middle here. So I really wanted there to be a little bit of outside in the middle of the house, which is the idea behind this. And it's got a little cat bowl out there because they do have a cat and a dog in this house. So then if we go across the way here, this is the kitchen. So obviously someone has been crazily cooking. I think there might be like nachos and lasagna and spaghetti in here. I think I was trying to get somebody to the maximum cooking level in this kitchen. But yeah, I really like the multicolored chairs. I think I've used that again somewhere else, but I used that a lot when I first came onto Sims. I really liked the idea of having black and white chairs with that black table with the glass in the middle. So that's the main dining area, and then there's the kitchen. Obviously is just pretty plain, and then there's just a little casual sort of like breakfast nook towards the side there. So that's if you don't want to sit at the big table, you can kind of just sit there and enjoy your breakfast or dinner or lunch, depending on what you're after. Then we've got another corridor just down the side here, which then comes into, I built this one, this was a play area. So I built this house before the double story came in, and there was only one kid's room, and this was a play area, this room in here. But then when the 2-story came in, I decided that the playrooms could be upstairs, and then the Teen Idol quest came out, and I was like, oh, my Teen Idol can live in this house. And that was before I obviously built my Teen Idol house. You can tell I had built this house a long time ago, but I decided to make it a little studio so that, the teenage girl who lives here, she can practice with her band in here, and the parents are still around and they can, keep an eye on the kids, and, it'll be lots of fun. And it's right at the back of the house. So my idea was that, she's a teenage girl, so she's growing up, so she needs her own space, but it needs to be far enough away from the parents' room so that, they're not being distracted when they're trying to go to sleep or anything like that. But she has a little bit of independence, I think is really important. I think when you're a teenager, you need to have a little bit of independence so you can feel like this is her domain. So this is, especially because she has 4 other siblings, I think, and she's quite a bit older than them, in my mind, that she needs her own little space. And then she's got her own little bathroom here. So this is the downstairs bathroom as well, so she needs to share it with guests if they come over, but it is essentially her bathroom. And then this is her room. So I've got someone old asleep in there, which is hilarious. But yeah, so it's got, I actually really like the dark wood with the dark walls and the hot pink layout. I think it works really, really quite nicely. But yeah, she's just got all the girly sort of furniture in here, and the lavender, which actually looks really, really pretty. I haven't looked in here in quite a while. It's just a typical teenage bedroom, but again, I love all the furniture in here. I think it's really cool. I think it's really important to have clothes on the floor because, let's face it, teenagers' clothes are everywhere. I think it's really cool. All right, cool. So we'll double back, and now what we'll do is just, we'll head outside really quickly. So because there's, 2 toddlers, a baby, a preteen, and a teenager in this room, this house, we needed to make sure that the outside felt like it was really kid friendly. So we've got a little paddling pool, we've got a swing set, we've got a sand pit. There's obviously some area for entertaining, so you can kind of sit down with the barbecue and the table and chairs there. Then there's also just a little place where I would assume the teenager sits with their friends, and there's like a fire pit there and some music, and they can sort of sit around and chat and gossip and stuff. And yeah, so that's the outside area. Then what we'll do is we'll head upstairs. So we'll see what it looks like. So this is upstairs. So my idea was that downstairs is quite dark because we wanted it to feel like it's, quite adult downstairs because it's the teenager and the parents. This is sort of like their domain. And then when, they, were rich enough to build another story and, they had more kids, that's when the upstairs happened, and the upstairs is all focused around little kids. So when I do remodel this house and I build a new house on this lot, it will be a very similar vibe. So it's going to be a really kid-centric house where there's lots of kid stuff and kids play areas, but it'll just be, I'll change the design a little bit slightly. So we'll come up here, in the first bedroom up here, so, you obviously come up the stairs. The first bedroom, this is the preteen boy's room, so he's, got lots of cool stuff and, skateboards on the walls and his favourite band. I've got no idea what that says, but it's, you know, really cool. He's got his weights there if he wants to work out, you know, like a cool dude. And then obviously there's clothes on the floor because, you know, what preteen doesn't have clothes on the floor, just like a teenager. Next door is the one of the twins' rooms. So this is the toddler boy's room. That's his room. So he's got all his play set there. He's got his you know, car track and his little bed there, which I think is really cute. It's really cool. And yeah, so that's his room. Then we'll go around the corner and down the corridor, and then this is the toddler girl's room. So she's got 2 beds in her room, so, you know, it's good for sleepovers. Also, in my mind, when I put it in there, I thought maybe the toddlers like to sleep together occasionally because, you know, they're twins and they love each other. So I think sometimes, you know, if the boy twin gets a little bit scared, he can come and sleep in the other room and sleep in with his sister, because I think that's really cute. And it's also will be good, I think, you know, from a parent point of view, that, you know, when your toddler grows up a little bit, she can sleep in that room and you won't have to buy a new bed for her, which is really cool. And she's got it decked out with all, like, you know, the cool girly stuff and her, you know, teddy bears and stroller and stuff like that, which is really nice. I love girly stuff, obviously, because I'm a girl. And then across the way is the baby's room. So it's a baby girl. So they've got 3 girls and 2 boys. And she's just been born. So she's got the beautiful baby crib, which is, this was recently on sale, actually, this one. I bought another one of them because, Sims were having a sale. And yeah, it's just typical baby stuff. You've got the baby mobile, you've got the balloons in there, and the pink clouds as the wallpaper, which is really, really nice. And then, so that's the bedroom part of it done. So that's all the bedrooms. And then if you come in here, we've got the living spaces for the kids. So we've got the living room upstairs for the kids. So this is a bit messy because I wanted it to give the impression that, you know, kids do live here, so it's not always going to be clean up here. So that's why the blocks are all over the place. We've got the magazines that make it a little bit hectic seeming. I've got kind of underlying purple theme in here, which I've tried to put a few splashes of purple in here, which I hope has worked. And then the butterfly wallpaper, I think, is quite. It's cute. I think it's very, very cute, and it looks quite nice with all the kid stuff. It's sort of like if you were coming over and having a play date with these kids and you came into this living room, as a little kid, you'd be like, this is so cool. That was sort of the idea of what I wanted behind this living space. And then so once you've gone into this living area for the kids, you go down the hallway. There's the bathroom. So this is where the kids go and have their, you know, obviously go to the toilet and showers and baths and stuff like that. Then you come back in here. So this room in here is a little bit more of a grown-up area for the kids. So I'm thinking that this is probably the preteens area that he hangs out in with his friends. So there's a study area. There's, you know, the train set as well is probably for the little kids as well. But I'm thinking more of like the TV area in here. This is his area. And then if you go in here, this is the study area. So this is for the kids to study in, and it's completely purple. So all of the furnishings in here are purple. And there's a little love heart desk there. That's hilarious. But yeah, so this is where you go in. There's the bookshelves, there's, you know, the chalkboard to learn on. There's the timetables up there, and then there's just like a little bit, you can listen to music up there as well. But this is all focused on learning. So this is the learning area, so where they do their homework and we do little classes and things like that. But yeah, so that's the house. I'll put the roof on. I mean, it's not too different with the roof on. The windows obviously are, actually, they're all different, these windows, hilariously. But yeah, so you can very much tell I didn't put as much thought into, I did, but in a different way. This is definitely evident that it's an early design for me. But I do really love this house. I think there's something about it. You always remember your first few houses that you design, and the ones that you fall in love with as well. I think when you start Sims, you love your designs, but it's like, it's not until your 3rd or 4th or even your 5th house that you design when you really fall in love with it and you think, oh wow, I really love what I've designed here. And this was definitely the first house that I ever fell in love with, and it evolved with me as the Sims evolved. So first it was just the first floor and they only had one kid and there was a playroom in here. Then, you know, the teen idol came and, you know, you could do a double story, so the kids level came, and it really did grow with me and my Sims game, which was, I really liked that idea, and that's why I wanted to definitely make a video of this one, so that even if it's just for me for sentimental reasons, but I will be remodeling this one, so keep your eyes peeled. Subscribe to my page so that you can see the next version of my kids' family-friendly house, which will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, so if you guys liked this video and you liked being a bit nostalgic with me today, give me a thumbs up down the bottom of the video link. Also, like I said, subscribe to my page. Find me on Instagram as well. I post not videos, I post photos on Instagram daily. So I love my Instagram. So my Instagram is @SimsFreeplay_DesignHeaven. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll speak to you soon.